Let's make garlic butter naan. First, we're gonna add some warm water to a large bowl. Then we're gonna add in 2 packets of active dry yeast. I'm gonna add a little bit of sugar just to feed our dry yeast. Then we're gonna go ahead and stir it until everything is combined. And we're just gonna let this stand until our yeast blooms. You wanna grab a handful of garlic. Now you're gonna take a microplane and you're gonna grate your garlic. And don't forget to rest your garlic. The Alliston is good for you. Now while our garlic is hanging out, I'm gonna add a stick of butter to a pan. Now I'm just gonna move the butter around in the pan until it melts. Now that the butter's boiling, we're gonna add our garlic. I'm just gonna stir in the garlic. This looks about right. I'm only trying to infuse the butter. I'm not trying to brown it. As you can see, we got a nice foamy yeast head, so that means our yeast is alive and we're ready to work with it. From here, I'm gonna add my flour. Got a bit of salt. Can't forget the yogurt. Then I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of my garlic butter. Now we're just gonna mix it together until we can form a shaggy dough. All right, now I'm gonna turn the dough over onto the work surface. Now we're gonna knead the dough until it's smooth. All right, our dough is now elastic. Now we're gonna toss it in the greased bowl and we're gonna turn it all around. All right, we're gonna go ahead and cover it and we're gonna let it rest for about an hour. All right, now let's uncover it and punch it down. I'm just gonna section it off. Then I'm gonna take my bench scraper and I'm gonna cut it right in half. I'm gonna cut it into 6 roughly even pieces. I'm gonna take one of the dough balls and I'm gonna roll it into a ball in my palm. Then I'm gonna go ahead and flatten them out into a nice oblong shape. We're gonna heat up a skillet on high heat. Then we're gonna add in our naan. As you see, we got a massive amount of bubbles forming. Now we're gonna flip it over. All right, this one looks ready. We're gonna take some of our garlic butter and then we're gonna go ahead and slather it on. And then make the rest of your naan. We're gonna toss them with a little bit of green and that's it. Simply delicious.